Well, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to continue on with the Defender today, doing the 357 testing. Pretty much the same as the 45 from yesterday. The 357 is actually a little easier. The barrel's a little bit simpler to test and size. And like yesterday, I think I'm going to start with the shooting first. So I've got a couple barrels set up with 357. There is the laser, and I've got my chronograph. Well, I pulled that first shot. The second one did pretty good. It was pretty close to where the laser was. And what does the chrono say? The chrono says the first shot was 384 feet per second. The second shot was 367 feet per second. It was 120 grain hollow point, and foot-pounds of energy is around 36 and 39. So not terrible. For a little 357 air gun. So let's stop that. And bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to get the chronograph out of the way, move my camera up and adjust it, and bring out the one I got here. Here is the gun and the experimental ammo. I've been going down in size to see where I need it to be. I got the sizing done yesterday, and this is actually my third attempt going down about 15-20 grains at a time. My first attempt was using a 150 grain, and I agree with a comment from yesterday, that was a little bit heavy. I went down to a 135 grain and still wasn't real happy with it. This is, see if I can find one in here. I think they're all sized. This is a 120 grain hollow point, and based on the shooting just now, it did pretty darn good. I'm happy with the results. So I may just stick with that one and try making some out and see what other people think. Maybe I'll just send some out with some samples and see what people think of it. After being sized to 357, it's a good fit in the barrel. Nice fit. It's not something you're having to squeeze down in there or anything like that. And as far as the barrel goes, even the barrel was fairly simple to size. So it's being called a 357. Okay, nice thick-walled barrel. 45 is pretty thin wall. It's one thing I'm looking at going, yeah, I don't know. But on the back, 357, make sure here. Yep, 357 plug goes in. But in this case, unlike the 45, it goes in nearly 1/4 of an inch. So the rifling starts about 1/4 inch in, which makes a lot more sense to me. Starts right above where my thumbnail is. So 1/4 of an inch, sounding pretty good. And then a 351 pin fits above the lands and grooves of the rifling. And same at this end, nice and tight, no wiggle room on either side. So that lets you know that 351 to 357, 6/1000ths, basically 3/1000ths on each side, rise for the lands and grooves of the rifling. So that's what you're dealing with there. And I'll end up digging that slug out and probably show it to you all later. Maybe I'll shoot a picture and put it up on my website. But I'm guessing it's going to look just like the 45 did yesterday and have really good indentions from the lands and grooves on the pellet itself. So anyway, that is firing off the Defender in 357. And again, second time in a row, I'm now in this thing. I don't know. I've used one full bag of those burst discs. I think that's 50 or 100. I'm guessing 50. I've probably fired about 50 times. And with 50 shots, no double shots, no problems. Air's up just fine. On this particular test, I did 290 bar, which is about 4,200 feet per second. And it seemed to have smacked that container full of sand pretty good. And again, I'll dig those out and show pictures later. So, hope this is helpful to you if you have a 357 Defender, or if you're thinking about getting one. I used a standard sizer for a 357, standard Lee sizer. It worked just great and they slip right in. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.